Well, hello everybody. It's Doug Rucker again with PressureWashingSchool.com and DougRuckerStore.com. You can also go to DougRuckerSchool.com if you want. Hey, finished up the truck rig for my small Toyota truck. This is the rig I've already done a couple of videos on, and some folks were asking to see the finished product out on a job. So I'm going to do that coming up in just a second. But I want to remind you guys, February 12th and 13th coming up is my next hands-on training right here in Houston, Texas. And that's the day where we go out in the field training, using the equipment, showing you how to clean roofs, how to clean houses. We're actually going to do this one in February at an actual kind of a commercial building. It's my dentist office. So we'll be out on that job site. And then February 22nd, 23rd, and 24th is the Cocoa, Florida training event. So we've got the hands-on pressure washing and soft washing training there at the King Street Baptist Church in Cocoa, Florida. Then the next day, the 23rd, is the Difference Makers Business Conference, where we go everything, you know, business-wise, not cleaning, but how to get contracts, how to get commercial clients, how to price jobs, just all kinds of stuff towards the business end of your business. And then Saturday, February 24th, Jeffrey Blackman is doing his parking lot striping course. So that's hands-on as well as classroom training on that Saturday. So PressureWashingSchool.com/events is where you can go and get registered and signed up for that. And let's get to the rig coming up next. Okay guys, before I get out in the field, just thought I'd do another quick walk around and point out some things I think I may not have pointed out in previous videos. But this is the skid system. This right here is for filling my bleach tank. So at my house, I have a 275-gallon tote tank that I will hook up a hose to this cam lock fitting, and I can pump my bleach into my bleach tank, which is right there, and never have to open the lid or anything. So that's what that is for. I think we went over the 3 hose reels. The bleach tank is also vented. That's a hose that comes out of the bleach tank. It only goes inside about 2 or 3 inches, and then the hose comes out and it will come down to the bottom here. And then there's a hole in my truck that we drilled, and the hose will go down through it towards the bottom, towards the street or pavement or whatever. And that's how it off gases. I think I mentioned in a previous video that these lids on these tanks don't vent. So Raimondo figured out a way to keep it from off-gassing through the lid, and so that's the purpose of the cam lock fitting there. It's basically plugged off. It will not vent out the gases. That all goes through the vent hose, and that just prevents the fumes and the gases from coming up through the lid, coming back down, and then rusting everything out on your trailer. So always important to make sure you vent your bleach tank. Another thing that we added is the F9 sprayer, and basically Craig was here with the Front 9 restoration training and had one of these, and I was just impressed with how you can easily change out gallon jugs. For instance, we may have wrap in one, we may have a dugout in another, our degreasers. Wrap we use for gutter brightening, things of that nature. Oxidation removal, all kinds of stuff that we use the wrap for. So, you know, I can have my jugs already labeled. I'll have them already at the dilution ratios that I need. I can easily change them out. And that one in there is for the water, but let's say I want to use some wrap. I can just take that jug, put it in there, put the lid on it. It's got a siphon hose. And then I use the water for whenever I want to rinse out and change to a different product. And this pump will actually charge just by using a normal electrical outlet. You just plug it into a normal outlet and charge the pump, and get a lot of run time with it, and have used it, actually used it on the job that I showed you. And so I just think it's going to save me a lot of time, a lot of space, versus having to use a bunch of different pump up sprayers. So anyway, added that. You see the Flow Pro, I think we went over that. And then Raimondo also hooked up this plate here where the actuator and the bypass system actually goes. And then the 8 gallon per minute machine, which we've been over, the big Slinger soft wash system with the 3/4 valves. It's got a metering valve for bleach, ball valve for water. And everything at the top of the tank, with the exception of the water in, uses all, because the water in is hooked to a float valve. So the Topaz Job float valve is there to keep the water from overflowing, but everything else is used uniseals. So we have no issues with air leaks from multiple bulkhead fittings and drop tubes and all of that. So our hoses go all the way to the bottom of the tank, and then they're kept weighted down inside the tank with a stick of PVC and a 45-degree PVC elbow coupler. And so if we ever experience an air leak on the soft wash system or downstream or whatever, then we know the air leak is not here because there's no bulkhead fitting. And I've been using these for a couple of years, and it's the only thing I'll ever use at the top of the tank. So I think that's pretty much it. There's room for the surface cleaner to go right there where the jugs are. And so, you know, going into a small truck, I'm going to have limited space. So these jugs will probably go in the back seat or the floorboard or whatever. I'm just going to have to make sure that, you know, whatever I'm taking to a job, I'm taking for what I need for that job. So like the previous truck where I had the cabinets and everything, I'm not going to be able to just store a bunch of stuff. I just have to make sure I'm zoned in on what I need to take. So let's get back out to the field and show you the job we used it on.
So this is the building that we cleaned using the quote Coco rig. I cleaned this side that you're seeing here along with the back corner and the back of the building, while Raimondo concentrated on the front and the other side of the building. Of course, when we arrive, the first thing we do is get the water tank filling up while we go around and do the property protection. Once that's done, we get our hoses strung out and placed where we need them and get to cleaning. This building had not been cleaned in quite a few years, so it had the heavy algae growth on it. And anytime I see really black stains like we have on this building, I know I'm going to need a heavy or strong mix in order to get those stains to change color. Because that's really all the bleach is doing, is just changing the color of the stains. The surfactant that we use, which is Dougie Fresh, is helping to pull those stains off the surface so that we can gently rinse them off. The Dougie Fresh is also excellent at leaving the windows pretty much streakless and spotless, depending on the hardness of the water. Once you get these stains to a light brown or tannish type color, that means they're dead. Then a good rinse with light pressure, and in this case, I was using our shooter tip, will generally most always knock them off. You do not have to use high pressure. Even the stains above the brick ledges were easy to remove just using a shooter tip. We also had some rust stains from the sprinkler system, and using the F9 sprayer and F9 bark, we were able to remove them. At the back area was a concrete picnic table and benches, and although they were not part of the scope of the work, as we were only doing a building wash, I just couldn't resist getting them cleaned up, so the folks weren't sitting in all of that algae and mildew when they're on their break. Plus, I knew it'd make for good before and after pictures. Speaking of pictures, I always love taking a good time-lapse video. And so I took advantage of the back area that was the worst area with the stains and took a time-lapse video of it. And then I also took a time-lapse video removing the rust. So I'm going to end this with some before and after pictures of the project, along with a little background music for your enjoyment. Don't forget, folks, that our Cocoa training event, I'll be teaching on a commercial building similar to this, and it will be hands-on training where you'll get the opportunity actually to participate using the same equipment. Plus, I'll be teaching on concrete cleaning, roof cleaning, as well as property protection. Again, this is all hands-on training where you get to use and see the same exact equipment being used. That's February 22nd through the 24th, because we'll also have the Difference Makers Conference, as well as Jeffrey Blackman's parking lot striping course. And that's hands-on and classroom as well. And that'll be all in Cocoa, Florida, February 22nd through the 24th. Just go to pressurewashingschool.com/events to register. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to text me at 281-883-3630, or you can also email me at pressurecleaningschool@gmail.com.
All right, guys, hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, just let me know. You can leave them in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, all that kind of stuff if you want to get the videos when I post them coming out to you so that you know when I do that and maybe something can help you. Don't forget, Cocoa Florida training, February 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and my next hands-on training is February 12th and 13th, and then we have one in March, April, May, June, every month, every year, last 12 years, we've been doing this training, or I've been doing this training here in Houston, Texas. So y'all have a very blessed day. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped you out.